Hey everyone, and welcome back to Ashley Hawk RD. Today, I want to talk about something that a lot of us moms experience, but you don't hear us chatting about it, and we're definitely not going on about it in the group text. This is that concept of feeling what I like to call tired but wired. It's that feeling that you know your body is ready to rest, you're exhausted, you just want to go to sleep, but then you finally get a chance to lie down and close your eyes. And of course, your heart starts racing, your mind starts running, and all you can do is think about that doctor's appointment you forgot to make, or all those tasks you meant to do at 3 p.m. that you never got around to doing. And it's really hard to shut off that mental load. Okay, so I have to ask, does this sound familiar to you? Because I know, unfortunately, I've been there more times than I care to admit. And as a dietitian, I have a lot of moms asking me, hey, Ashley, is there something that I can take for this? Can I change my diet? What are some things that are in my wheelhouse that can actually help with this feeling of mental fatigue and chronic stress, but also not knowing what to do about it? You've probably tried maybe downloading that meditation app or, having a cup of tea. I don't know about you, but I definitely can't implement a 2-hour wind down process when my day is already packed to the brim. And I definitely don't want to add another glass of wine in because that just makes the problem worse. Heck, even taking a melatonin kind of starts to just feel like it's part of the Band-Aid for a larger problem. This is kind of unique. SRI Wellness sent me this. This is Eunoia, and it's a stress support formula. Really cool about it is the ingredient list, and we're about to dive into that because as a dietitian, that's the first thing that I look for. I'm, sure the bottle's pretty, but what's actually going on inside of here? So I wanted to break that down for you today. And if you're listening to this and thinking, yeah, I check all those boxes and I want to do something to help support my body, then let's dive into the ingredients and see if this might be a right fit for you. Okay, so the number one ingredient, and I was really excited to see this because I kind of geek out about knowing the right blends of ashwagandha, because I'm sure you've heard of ashwagandha. It's all over, the supermarket shelves, in the pharmacy aisle, but there's a really big difference between just generic ashwagandha and this specific type. This specific type is called KSM-66. And this specifically is the type of ashwagandha that has the clinical studies that show that it supports managing stress. So again, really important you look for that KSM-66 because I don't want you just throwing away your money on some generic version. And I love the fact that Eunoia contains that specific type and it has 300 milligrams. Now, the next ingredient is L-Theanine, and it has 100 milligrams of this. This is an amino acid that's found in green tea. And what's really unique about L-Theanine is it's the component that helps you feel calmer, yet still keeps you feeling focused. I love that combination. I want to be calm and focused. But what's really great is it kind of helps to take the edge off without making you feel sleepy or groggy. I know as a mom, I still need to be able to keep my wits about me, which is why I want to be able to support my body as naturally as possible. Because if my kids wake up at 2 a.m., I still need to be there ready to help them. So I love the L-Theanine because that's what helps you stay focused without feeling groggy, but it still just kind of helps take that edge off. Now, the next ingredient is magnesium glycinate, and it has 105 milligrams of that. Magnesium's been in the news a lot recently, a lot of people talking about it, but you specifically want that magnesium glycinate because it's a well-tolerated form of magnesium, and it's commonly used to help support relaxation, and it's also going to help with muscle recovery. So I tend to take mine in the evening because of this, but you could also take it any time of day. We're going to get into that more later, but I love seeing the magnesium in this blend. The last two ingredients are passion flower and chamomile. These are both traditionally used to help promote relaxation. It's a herbal blend, which will just help you go from being in that classic go, go, go mode to actually being able to wind down a little bit. Okay, mamas, so now that we've had a chance to dive into specifically what's on the bottle, let's talk about what it can actually do. I don't know about you, and society has definitely not done us any justice, but we're constantly trying to get ahead of the ball, right? We're trying to think 10 steps forward. but it's causing us to be more anxious, and we're not actually solving any of those problems, when really what we need to do is take a load off and find a way to actually relax. So if you can relate from feeling like you're in that constant go mode to needing some support while slowing down, then this might be worth trying. What I like about it is it's not a replacement for sleep. It's not a replacement for boundaries or self-care. I like to think of it as another tool that's really helping support my body's stress response. Not to mention, especially if we're going through tough seasons. Maybe you know that you have a really stressful event next month or the holidays are coming up. Then now's the right time to start getting ahead of that so that you're setting yourself up for success. On the logistics level, I love that it's convenient. It's just 2 capsules that you can take any time of day, preferably with food because it helps your body absorb it more. I tend to take mine in the evening because it's just easier for me to remember to take it with my dinner. I like the fact that I'm not mixing powders with it. There's no extra sugar or fillers from gummies. It's just 2 clean capsules that you take once a day. Now, a couple things just to point out. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA, and this is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. If you're pregnant, nursing, taking medications, or managing a medical condition, then you definitely need to talk to your healthcare provider first. So if you can relate to that feeling of being tired but wired, and you're looking for ingredients that are backed by research, not just another pretty bottle, then Eunoia might be worth trying. I have it linked below, but I also want to hear from you. Do you have any questions about it? Do you have any questions about the current supplements that you're taking or about your diet? Please drop those below in the comments. And then as always, if you enjoy this type of content, then if you could give it a thumbs up or subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm Ashley Hawk RD, and thanks for joining me.